Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and today we're going to present to you guys about wakaf in education. Well, wakaf is an Islamic practice of donating land, money, or property to help others. In education, this is called wakaf al-tadris, which helps schools and universities by funding their operation, upgrading their facilities, and giving aid to students, especially those from poor families. In Malaysia, universities like IIUM and USAID benefits from educational wakaf. Today, it's not only managed by religious bodies, but also involved in government agencies to make it more effective. This studies looks at how educational wakaf is run, whether it meets current needs, and how to raise public awareness. It also compares Malaysian system with countries like Turkey and Saudi Arabia to see how we can do better.
So now I will explain about the background of the wakaf issue. So the first key is the needs for a good governance and a proper management to ensure that the wakaf funds are used efficiently. This means when the people see that the wakaf is managed well, they are more likely to support and contribute with it, knowing their donation will truly benefit to the community. For the second one, wakaf was closely linked to religious education. Many pondok and madrasah depend on the wakaf contribution for their survival. Through this fund, they could offer a free education, free food, and also a free hostel for students to stay, making a religious education accessible to more people. For the last one, nowadays wakaf is growing to a major university such as like IIUM, UKM, and also UPM. They also benefit from a wakaf. This fund help to provide a scholarship, improve campus facilities, and support research. This shows that wakaf plays an important role in advising education in Malaysia.
Next, let's look at the research design. We use simple random sampling to ensure each member of the Taman Gemilang community had an equal chance of being selected. This helped reduce bias and capture a variety of views on wakaf awareness. Our participants were aged 18 to 56 and above, with 38% in the 18 to 25 age group, showing strong youth involvement in educational matters. The findings can help stakeholders like policymakers and Islamic institutions make informed decisions and promote wakaf practices effectively.
So now, for the number of respondents, we have 100 value of responses. Respondents are split by gender with a 51% of male and 49% of female. The largest age of group was 18 to 25 years at 38%. A student made up a majority at 37%, while a government servants is 28%, and the private sector workers just 20%. A smaller proportion were unemployed, 11%, or business owner just 4%. Most respondents were family is 61%, and were Malaysian citizen 94%.
Now let's begin by looking at the key demographic details of Taman Gemilang. This data helps us understand the community's composition and needs. The majority of residents here are students, making up to 37% of the population. Government servants follow at 28%, and private workers account for 20%. This demographic snapshot provides a foundation for further discussions about community programs or service tailored to Taman Gemilang's residents.
Furthermore, I will explain the public's awareness and understanding of wakaf in education. Most people discovered its role through news and online media. They also believe that wakaf is inclusive, open to everyone regardless of income. Many respondents understand that wakaf isn't just for most, it also can fund education. Interestingly, they are aware of historic universities like Al-Azhar and Al-Qarawin were built using wakaf. And lastly, the rise of digital platform in Malaysia is seen as helpful tool, making it easier for the public to contribute to educational wakaf.
Next, we measured the perception and attitude, and the mean scores were around 2.32 to 2.42. This is because the most responded agree that wakaf can reduce students' financial burdens and support both religious and academic learning, and that government partnerships are important. The result shows good support overall, but there is still room for improvement.
Now, we'll move to social media use. The majority of respondents agree that social media is effective for wakaf education, especially platforms like Facebook and TikTok. For example, 60% strongly agreed that social media attracts donors and builds trust in wakaf projects. Overall, this shows the potential of digital platforms in promoting and supporting wakaf initiatives, especially among the younger generation.
So, looking at the government and community involvement, majority respondents agree that the government and community are involved in wakaf education. The first question, we have 58% agree. The mean score is 2.24. And the third question, we have a 64% agree, which means the 2.20 score of the mean. Most people are agree that the Malaysian government support wakaf-based education program with appropriate law, responsible and provide regulation and guidelines. So we have the question 2, which is 54% agree, and the mean score is 2.34. They agree if they are given specific understanding, they would consider making a donation to the wakaf for education. Question 4 and question 5. They believe that the cooperation between wakaf institution, private group and government agency can improve educational achievement.
For data analysis and mean calculation, we found the highest mean was 3.27, showing high support for using online platforms to promote wakaf. The lowest means were 2.15 and 2.18, showing gaps in awareness and trust in digital donations. Overall, the average mean was 2.40, suggesting moderate agreement that can be improved with better education.
So next, we continue with finding, which is the summary of mean. From the table, the summary of mean of 2.39 obtained in the study represent an overall high rate of agreement among the respondents to wakaf in education. The high score in the mean therefore shows that the online platform, a government, community and local people attached to wakaf in education. However, some items return lower mean score. For instance, they are slightly agree about digital platform used to collect wakaf donation for education purpose.
With the rise of technology, many research and business have switched to online platform to gather information faster and more efficiently. But like any other method, it has its own pros and cons. Let's begin with the advantages. First, online software are cost-effective. No travel, printing, or hiring interviewers. All we need is a tool like TrustMary to create and send surveys. Second, they are time-saving. Data collection and analysis can be done quickly, especially with AI tools. Third, they are convenient. Respondents can complete survey using their smartphone, whether during a break or on the go. This flexibility can improve response rate and accuracy. Lastly, they allow for easy data analysis. Clues from question help us get quantifiable data, which is easier to analyze. Now, let's look at the disadvantages. The first is respondent inaccuracy. If incentives are offered, some participants might rush through the question without giving honest answers. Second, internet limitation. Not everyone has access to the internet, especially older individuals or less tech-savvy users. Lastly, the lack of human interaction. In traditional interviews, a skilled interview can probe deeper, observe body language. It is not possible with online surveys. In conclusion, wakaf continues to play a vital role in supporting education in Malaysia. It helps reduce financial burden and improve access to both academic and religious learning. Many people see its value, but there is still a lack of understanding about how wakaf works. Better public awareness, transparent fund management, and strong partnership are needed.
Malaysia can learn from countries like Turkey and Egypt where Wakaf support mainstream education. With the right approach, Wakaf can be powerful long-term solution for a more exclusive education system.
That's all from us.
Thank you.